Gentlemen, I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel, and the new update is here, and the Chinese light tanks are available for you to grind. Now we're going to go straight to the top of the tree, the WZ1321. What is the tank like, and is it worth grinding? Now, straight off the bat, I'm not a lover of the tank. I don't think it's as good as some of the other tanks, especially some of the other light tanks. When it comes to tier 10, I think it does just lack a little bit. There are certain few things that are good about the tank, which we will get to. Of course, we will have a look at the new mechanic and just the tank in action. So the turret is 140 millimeters thick. You might be able to get some bounces if you're very, very lucky. Other than that, it's not got much armor whatsoever. I would also go to say that this is probably the toughest tier 10 light tank to play as well. It is a very tough play. So I am running it with calibrated shells because the penetration isn't great. So because of that, I do have 3,300 DPM. But for a light tank, that's actually not bad. That is with calibrated shells. So you're looking at around 3,500 if you want to run it with the rammer. But I would recommend running it with calibrated shells because the penetration. So the reload is basically around 6 seconds. Penetration with calibrated shells is 241 on your APCR and 325 on your heat, 61 on your HE. Average damage, you've got a 330 alpha gun, which is not bad for a light tank, 280 on your heat and 420 on your HE. Aim time, like most Chinese tanks, is very, very good. 2.2 seconds. Very, very, very good. And the dispersion is also pretty good at 0.308. You only have 5 degrees of gun depression, which you will struggle with that gun depression. Top speed of 67 kilometers per hour as well. So, it's okay. The tank's okay. This is what I run it with. Equipment wise, obviously, just you can use that. Now with this, I would probably change the vertical stabilizer to the refined gun, because that means you'll get decent 2.4 aim time, which is still pretty good, and you'll get 0.277 accuracy. So I would run it with the refined gun. I don't know why I've got the speed boost on there. I really wouldn't recommend running it with the speed boost either. So we're going to just have a look at a couple of games, one that I've literally just had and one that I've got from Blitzstars already, which is the Hall of Fame. And as I've said, because it's a light tank, it's not got much armor, it hasn't got any gun depression whatsoever. It is a very difficult tank to play. Like, you need to try and get yourself into positions where you can use that 5 degrees of gun depression. Like, it is because of the gun depression, I always say in my videos, gun depression equals fun depression. And if you don't have gun depression, it doesn't mean it's a shit tank. I absolutely love gun depression. So if I'm playing a tank with no gun depression, then I don't enjoy it as much. But there are some people out there that will enjoy a tank. All depends on their play style. I love gun depression. I absolutely love gun depression. So when I'm driving a tank with no gun depression, it's not really that exciting for me. But take away that point, the gun depression side, it can do its job. Obviously, you've got the new mechanic as well, which you're just going to see here. If you look at that WZ121, well, not at the moment. So when you get spotted, you're usually spotted for around 10 seconds. But with this tank, you're only spotted for 7. So 7 seconds. And the best thing about that new mechanic is it will tell you when you're spotted. So a red light will come up and it will tell you that you are spotted. And as soon as the red light goes, then you know that you're not spotted anymore. So we're just going to rush this guy. Well, we was going to rush this guy, but then the Peugeot just died, unfortunately. So I didn't want to go there. I wanted now to run away. So you can see the eye. You can see the eye on that WZ121. three, two, one, and that is telling me that I am spotted. And as soon as that eye disappears, then I'm no longer spotted. So now I'm no longer spotted against that guy. So, but I am now against the T62. So yeah, I mean, I like that. I mean, I do like the fact that it tells you when you're spotted. Most other people will use sort of they'll count 7 seconds, sort of go like, now I'm spotted against the Death Star. So you could count 7 seconds, but with this, at least it tells you spot on when you are that, I don't know what that shot was, when you're not spotted anymore. So, which is pretty decent. So I did lose. I don't know what happened with that shot against the T62, but right now I'm pretty confident. I'm still confident. So because there's 2 tank destroyers, obviously I want to go to a different route. I know that the Chieftain is a one-shot, so I really want to clear him first. I don't want to go to the Jaeger-Roo right now, and I don't want to go to the E3. I'm not quite sure how many hit points the E3 was on. He is a one-shot, but at this point when I'm driving, I'm not sure. So I just want to go the opposite side to the Jaeger-Roo, leave the Jaeger-Roo. He's full hit points. He won't be a problem, especially if he's going to sit in the position that he's going to sit at. So we want to find this Chieftain. The Chieftain is the biggest target. So here he is. We're going to get rid of him, and then we can make our way behind the Jaeger-Roo. So again, right now, not quite sure where this where the E3 is, but considering my team are going for the Jaeger-Roo, taking the attention, I'm just going to use my mobility to get over to him and to take him out and to hopefully protect my team. So as soon as I see the E3 there, yeah, you know what, I'm not going to go for you right now. Again, that shot was just my fault, and now this Jaeger-Roo, he can't do anything. He's got 1 tank to the left, 1 tank to the right, and a light tank behind him. So he's not going to be able to do anything at all. He got himself into a really pretty sticky situation, and he just cannot get out of this position. So we're going to get 1 more shot into him, and then we're just going to go forward and leave the kill for somebody else with the object 268, and then we could go forward. So again, best thing is like this E3 here, the eye is going to come up. So I know I'm spotted. So a lot of people might just go around the corner and get spotted there. But I knew before I got around the corner that I was already spotted. Because he was spotted, I could see the eye. So yeah, I mean, it's not a bad tank, and I can see some people are going to absolutely love it, and some people are going to absolutely hate it. But I'm in the middle, you know. It's not going to be a tank that I play very often. I do admit it's not going to be a tank that I'm constantly going, you know what, I'm going to drive this tank, I'm going to drive this tank, because it's not that kind of tank for me, you know. I've got my mastery badge on it now, and I can't tell you when I'm probably next going to play it. It's not one of those tier 10s that I'm excited about, you know. I mean, I've got to play the whole line yet. I haven't played the whole line. Obviously, I'm going to do some videos on the tier 9, the tier 8, and so on. I will do videos on them. The lower tier ones, I'll probably do a couple, sort of the 6, 7 in one video when I get down to it. But yeah, it's not, for me, it's not an exciting tank. And I know the new mechanic might appeal to some people, but for me, it's nice to have that new mechanic. Don't get me wrong, it is nice to have. I love what Wargaming are doing with the unique tanks, you know, where some people, some lines have their own sort of mechanic, which I think is pretty decent, you know. It's that is nice, and it gives people reasons to grind certain lines. You know, you got certain lines with the tungsten shells, and now you got this, and you got other things as well, other unique features to other tanks. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to know what you guys think. Like, I know it's only been a day. I know it was only released yesterday. But have you played the line, or have you got yourself the tier 10 yet? And what do you think of it? You know, is it going to be a tank that you absolutely love? I don't want to speak too soon at the minute, because I have only had a few games, and maybe in the future I will do an updated video. But you know, I'm trying to change how I look at tanks. Where before I would literally write a video, no, I don't like this, and I'd play it, have a couple of games, no, the tank's shit for me, and I'll make a video saying that the tank's shit. I don't think the tank is shit, and I still agree with that. The tank isn't shit. it's different, but it's just, for me, it's not as exciting. I'm not going to sit there and say it's a bad tank, guys. Don't grind the line. It really isn't worth it. Of course, every line eventually is worth grinding. It isn't a crap tank. It really isn't a crap tank. I like the high alpha, the accuracy, the aim time. They are all good. The speed's good. Obviously, the new mechanic's decent. Doesn't affect it too much. So yeah, there are going to be some people out there that really like it, and there's going to be some people out there that absolutely hate it. So I'd love to know your opinions. Like, is it a tank that you think you're going to love, or if you have already played it, is it a tank that you do already love? Do you like the tank, and is it a tank that you're going to regularly play? Where does this fit in with all the other light tanks? I mean, you've got a couple like it. The T100 I still think is much better than this. You've got the Vickers, I still think is probably better than this, and then of course the Batchat, the Sheridan. Those are all sort of different kind of light tanks that you can't really compare with this. You've only got the T100 and the Vickers really that you can compare with this, and both of them tanks I would 100% say is better than this this tank. The T100 is amazing. Obviously it has been nerfed since it was very strong with the DPM. So yeah, I mean, I do like the tank. I mean, it's not, I mean, I wouldn't say I enjoy the tank as much, a lot, but I don't mind the tank, and it's balanced. It is perfectly balanced, which I love. With the new mechanic, you know, people might think that it's going to be extremely OP. With the high DPM as well, 3,500 DPM, very high for a light tank. Only the T100 Light had the same kind of DPM than this tank has got. But even with that high DPM, like, Wargaming have done a brilliant job with this tank in balancing it. But it's just not going to be the tank for me. Like I said, I don't dislike the tank. I don't dislike the tank, but I just prefer more different features, you know, gun depression, bit of armor, maybe turret. I mean, you can get some bounces, of course you can get some bounces, but yeah, it will see. Will it be things like a tournament tank as well? I can't see this. Wargaming done their stream, and they was like, yeah, this is going to be the next tournament tank. I don't think so. I don't think it's strong enough to be in the in a tournament, and I think they're just going to get absolutely ripped apart. So well played from our guy here in the new tank. 5.8k damage. He is going to die sadly, and the game is going to end up being a draw. But for now, it is 2 versus 2. There's one light tank. He's going to get that shot. 6.2k damage. So he's done the best he could do, but at this point, you know, again, can't get that gun depression. The gun depression wasn't existing there, and unfortunately he paid the price. But well played. So let me know your thoughts on this new Chinese tank, not just the tank but the line in general. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But for now, I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. I'm Meadsy, and I will catch you all soon. Bye bye. With